So we have Jason X, and we also have Sean Spellman on here. Sean and Jason are going to be giving you guys a really awesome presentation. What's amazing about this, guys, and what I really love about it, is that, as you can see on the slide right here, I like to consider it in a lot of ways a new way to sell online. If you go and let's say you do things like Teespring. Let's say you sell any physical product, whether it's Shopify, Etsy. I know lots of people sell on all these different sites. All of these sites are great for a handful of things, but they don't bring it all together. And what you're going to see on the call tonight really does help bring everything together and just change the way a lot of people can, really anyone can go in there and market. And so, Sean, you've been doing this for the last few months, and you've been having some phenomenal success. Jason, I know you've been having the same. And so with all that said, I want to go ahead and hand it over to you guys. I'll let the masters take it away.
Masters, I like that. Thank you for the introduction, Will, and thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. So just to make sure, of course, that you can hear me properly and that my sound's coming in, everybody, if you can hear me, type in your favorite band right now into the questions box. So tell me your favorite band, and that will let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. And also, I'm just kind of curious what everyone's listening to and who they like. All right, we got Mick, who says the Eagles. Ken likes U2. Linda is all about Genesis, Beatles. We got a lot of the classics here. Got a lot of bands: Metallica, the Jacksons, Cream, Eagles. Oh my gosh, Pink Floyd. All right, cool. So everyone can hear me loud and clear. Let's jump right into it. Now, before we get into all the content to share with you tonight, I want to let you know this is going to be a very interactive call. We see everybody out there. We see everyone on the call. So Chris and Claudia, Daniel, David, Donald, Doug, Ed, Evelyn, Frank. We see everybody out there. Thank you for joining tonight. So let's go over exactly what we're going to cover tonight, just to be respectful of your time so you know exactly what you're getting with this training. So what you'll learn is why a $24,000 check was upsetting. We'll also talk about the missing pieces to this big puzzle, and we'll also discuss how we turn $10 from a shirt profit or from any other product into $50. We'll also discuss how you can get paid to build real assets that are going to be a long-term business rather than a short-term paycheck. Basically, what we're going to do is Jason and I are going behind the scenes. We're going to give you a 30,000-foot look over the shoulder, behind the curtain, whatever you want to call it. We're just going to open things up here and show you exactly what's been working in our business lately. So we're here to give you content that will help you get tangible results that you can apply in your business no matter what you do. If you take this and put just a few of these tactics into your own business, you will see positive results from that. So does that sound good? I need some yeses out there. Joel says
yep,
yes.
Getting a ton of yeses.
Getting a ton of yeses. All right, cool. So real quick, let's do an intro. My name is Sean Spellman. I've been doing internet marketing for over a decade, full-time for the last 4 years. I started off doing local and having clients, offline clients, but for the last 2 years, I've had a pretty big shift in where I've put my focus. I started doing some software development and started to do e-commerce. And honestly, 4 years ago, I never thought that I'd be where I'm at now in terms of where I'm putting my focus. But that's where we're at and where I'm going with my business. So I want to hand it over to Jason and have Jason give a quick intro. Take it away.
I appreciate that, Sean. So my name's Jason Ledbetter, also known as Jason X, and I've been doing consulting for about 10 years now. And the past 3 years, I built a very successful software and marketing company. We do over 6 figures a year. We've sold thousands and thousands of products online and have a very good reputation. And for the past year, I've been working with Sean, and we built a company, and that company has taken off, and it's e-commerce. And we're selling a bunch of physical products, and that's what we're going to show you guys how to do today.
All right, awesome. So before we move on, Jason and I like to get a feel for everyone on the call. And, as I just said, it's going to be an interactive call. So we want to hear who out there has sold on Teespring, whether you've sold 10,000 shirts or whether you've sold a shirt. Who has used Teespring? David said, I have. Joe, I have. All right, so we have some Teespring users. Is anybody an Amazon seller, any kind of e-commerce seller out there? We're getting a lot of yeses. So, all right, great. So you guys are really going to like what we have for you tonight then. eBay, yeah, I still use eBay all the time. Yes, Shopify. Okay, so cool. We got a lot of people on here that are already involved with this, so this will be great. So here are a couple screenshots. They might look familiar if you've been a seller on Teespring. There's one on there for $24,000. There's one on there for $23,000, for $8,000, for $15,000. But at the end of the day, this was upsetting for Jason and I. When we see these numbers, it was upsetting. And who has any idea why? Why would a $24,000 paycheck be upsetting to Jason and I? Put it in the chat box here. All right, people have a couple of guesses because Teespring owns your buyer. Wow, David, you're right on the money. That is one of the many reasons. Ad spend, says Linda. Well, sure, yeah, that's part of it, but all of these campaigns were profitable, but it was upsetting for many reasons. And Ryan, you're another one. You're right on the money. No list. Yeah, that's pretty much all the reasons we didn't have control of our business. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, those were great paychecks, and we were profitable with them. But as everyone alluded to, we didn't have the ability to keep our own leads. So no matter how much paid traffic we ran, we weren't able to capture our lead. And that is the core competency of a lot of businesses, is gaining that customer, nurturing that relationship, and being able to provide them with products or services that are relevant and that they use and that they care about. And that was something we didn't have. In addition, we couldn't offer our customers any other congruent upsell items. So when somebody would buy a T-shirt for their Labrador Retriever, we weren't able to offer them the mobile phone cover or the any other relevant items, the coffee mug. It was a one and done. They bought the shirt, maybe they bought 2 shirts, but that was the end of the transaction. We got our $10 profit, and that was it. So in addition, we were sick of having our paid traffic being used for testing. Has anyone had this experience? And I really want to know. There's a lot of people on the call tonight. What happened to us a lot was we'd have a successful campaign. All of a sudden, we'd see a huge drop in sales. We'd have the same amount of ad spend, but we weren't getting the same kind of conversions. And then we'd check the page, and it would look completely different. All right, I won't name names, but somebody out there said, yep, I had a big falling out with their testing issues. So there's people that can definitely relate to that. And that happened multiple times. And then in addition, we were getting campaigns removed without notice. So these were campaigns that were selling well. And, for instance, I was out on a Friday night, and I came back and I logged on to check my ads account, check our stats, and the campaign was gone. The shirt was gone. So I sent $40 of paid traffic to a page that didn't exist. So these were major pain points for us. There were a lot of missing pieces to the puzzle. Again, we were successful, and we were finding success with paid traffic in our niches, but there were just so many glaring issues, and it sounds like a lot of people on the call can relate to that tonight. So Jason and I are going back and forth, and we decided that we had to make a change. And, we went out there. We looked for the solutions. We looked for the ability to build our own business instead of somebody else's. And we're brainstorming back and forth. We spent money on different programs and different pieces of software. But essentially, it wasn't the all-in-one solution that we needed. So we created a solution for ourselves, and that solution was completely out of necessity for our own business. It's what we needed to progress. It's what we needed to do what we wanted to do and kind of take the power back and have more control over what we were spending our time and money on. And that's when things got interesting. So this was the first initial test, one of the first initial tests that we ran, with our own solution, and there was a massive momentum switch. So for instance, we ran a 24-hour test. We actually got conversions higher than Teespring. We were getting close to 5% conversions and got 21 sales in 24 hours on a very basic shirt campaign. But the coolest part about this, we weren't limited to shirts or hoodies or long sleeves. We were doing other products too. So for instance, you can see the example here, and this was about a month and a half ago, so these figures have changed substantially in the last month and a half for the better, but we were getting 7% conversions. We had over 41 sales and close to 1,000 opt-ins with a test that we were doing for a mobile phone cover. And we'll jump more into this in a little bit. I'm going to actually show you a case study and briefly go over how we were able to do that and how we got those kind of conversions. So let's go into how we turn $10 profit into $50 profit. Well, it's pretty simple, and a lot of times that $10 profit, or even $20 if you're doing hoodies or whatever it might be, if you're a Teespring seller or if you're an e-commerce seller, basically how you can take that one purchase and replicate it into 3, 4, 5 different purchases. And the way that's done is we keep all of our leads. We're able to keep our leads' email, our leads' physical address, and we're also able to offer multiple upsells. So when they buy that shirt, they're also offered the mug, the mobile cover, the membership for whatever niche they might be in. And this resulted in multiple orders, and it really skyrocketed profits. That's when we saw major growth. One of the other pluses is we get paid on every sale. We're not relying on a tipping point. We're not relying on money that isn't back into our account. We're not waiting for payouts. Every single sale we get, the payout gets deposited right back into our account. So that was huge for scaling and having the ad spend to really take things to the next level. So in essence, we were able to get paid to build our own assets. Does that sound good to everybody on this call? Does that sound like something that you want to see more of?
We're getting a bunch of yeses.
All right, Mick, Karen, Jose, Dan. All right, awesome. Well, here's something I wanted to share, and this is actually from earlier today, just so you know, this isn't something we're just putting out there that we're not doing. This is something that we use every single day in our business, and it's something that really has helped us catapult our growth, like I mentioned earlier. So if you can look closely at this, can everybody see that nice and clear? I know it's kind of hard to fit those 2 screenshots on there, but this was actually from earlier today, November 4th, 2014. These 2 transactions actually took part about, what was that? The one was at 8:47, the one was at 8:49. And this was from traffic to our pages where we controlled what we did. We controlled the upsells. So you see the quantity over on the left-hand side. They ordered 2 of the one. They ordered 1 of the other for a total of $46. That sure beats that $10 profit margin, doesn't it? And then over on the right-hand side, they ordered 2. And you can see the payout was $36, and that was just from earlier today. And here's another screenshot. This was.
Hey, Sean, I got a quick question for you.
Yeah, sure. What's up, Will?
Actually, can you? I was just wondering, on that past screen that you just showed, is that them going and they're making one purchase and then they're buying an upsell immediately after?
For some of these, yes. So for instance, the one on the left-hand side, you see the quantity of 2. So they purchased 2 right off the bat, and then they added the upsell on top of that.
Okay, so let me just make sure I understand this, and everyone else on here understands this as well. I'll do a basic example here. If you're selling something on, let's say, like Teespring or I mean, what's it called, Sunfrog, or any of those other little platforms out there, which are all great in their own. I'm not trying to bash them in any way, but if they go and you buy something, you're going to make, let's say, a $15 profit. That's great. Whereas on here, you went ahead, you got a sale, they spent $28, I'm sorry, it's really small on my screen, but $28, and immediately after, they immediately bought another product for $18. So basically what this is telling me right here is that you didn't have to spend a penny to make that extra $18.
Yeah, that would be accurate. I mean, that's the power of being able to add those upsells.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because I make sure everyone on here understands that. Guys, literally, Sean didn't have to do anything today to make an additional $18 just by having somebody who's already seen his first offer, then he's presented with that second one. I mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, I know I've made a lot of money from upsells over the last few years, and I'm sure you guys have as well, but that right there is what I like to just call free money.
Yeah, if you're not doing upsells in your business, I mean, you're definitely leaving thousands on the table. Take a business like Mickey D's where they lose money, on the front end, so they upsell the fries, they upsell, do you want fries with that? Do you want a shake with that? So most profits are made on the back end, and when you're dealing with these other platforms, you're losing all those dollars. You're leaving all that money on the table. You've already paid to get the customer. Now you got to get the maximum ROI for that customer while they're ready to spend money with you.
Yeah, and everyone can relate. I'm looking at the questions box, and people are totally agreeing with everything that we're saying here. That upsells really are huge, and that's something that a lot of people overlook just because they are making decent money with other platforms, but they don't have control over what exactly they're presenting to that customer that they were able to produce. And on this next slide, this is just another screenshot from today, just because I want to reiterate, we're not trying to brag or gloat or show off here. We just want to reiterate that what we're doing is working like gangbusters right now. And it's something that, over the course of a lot of labor, love, a lot of late nights, on the phone, figuring out what needs to be done and how to tweak it to our liking, we finally got it down to where it's really, really working for us. So, for instance, today, this is from November 4th. The last time I checked, which was probably about 45 minutes ago, we had over 50 orders from today. And those orders, those are just transactions. So those can, they can go from an $18 transaction to a $35 to a $46. So those are multiple transactions within one. And that's what we're doing every single day. Instead of just doing that one and done type of sale. Is that something that other people are doing or other people want to learn about? Does everyone see the value in having those upsells and the ability to control their customer? And Joe's asking, are they all shirts? Is this your profit? No, they're not all shirts. Actually, the majority are other products, believe it or not. And we'll go through exactly what they are. People are saying, yeah, sounds great. This is awesome. Okay, great. Let's keep moving on then. So here's a quick case study on how we are selling mobile phone covers. A lot of people aren't doing this or might not even be too familiar with the process, but it's very, very simple. We keep it basic. We don't do any kind of crazy analytics. It basically boils down to just finding a niche, finding a demographic, and serving them something very specific. So for the example we have here, it's for a mobile case, and it is kind of a retro camera case, and they can enter to win a camera case. So if you target the right niche, they see this for their specific type of mobile phone, they go crazy. They click on it, they enter, they share it, they're excited. It's something that is very highly relevant. And the way we did that was by Facebook targeting. There's a lot of ways to drive traffic. You can do it through forums. You can do it through LinkedIn, YouTube ads, Facebook ads. There's a million ways to drive traffic. But we found Facebook to be very effective in not only the laser targeting we can get, but also the price that we pay to acquire a customer. So we go through and find Better Photography Magazine, find those random interests that are a little more niche. The Professional Photographers of America, Digital SLR Photography Magazine, and there's 28,000 people aged 35 and up that have a Samsung Galaxy S3 with those interests. Now, when we first started the ad, it was a little bit lower, and we used a conversion pixel to refine that. And then on the right-hand side, we also did job titles. So it didn't matter what they build themselves at, whether it was a photographer, sports photographer, wedding photographer, freelance photographer. There was over 9,000 people that had an S3 that were into photography. So that's how we found those people to respond, to engage, because they were interested and they were photographers, and it was for their mobile device. And when we looked at our reports, close to 90% of all of our traffic came from a mobile device. So that's pretty powerful. Now here's something that no one talks about, not a lot of people even do or have ever heard about or even teach, but it's something that we've done, and it's really, really helped with free traffic, with viral traffic, with getting more eyes on our offer and getting more leads, getting more sales. And what we do is after they opt into that original page, to win one of these cases, we embed the Facebook page on the thank you page. So they opt in to win, and it automatically brings them to this page where they see a message that says, thanks, we just sent you an email, but make sure you like and share this post to confirm your eligibility. And that's the post they just saw. You know, they want to win this case. It's very relevant to their passions and to their job titles. So they'll like and share it, and the screenshot at the bottom, this is just for one campaign, for one phone type, keep in mind. But we had more organic traffic than we did paid traffic. We had 18,000 free eyeballs on this offer. And that has been huge for driving very cheap traffic, and to be able to really, you know, take that $1 and turn it into 10, take that $10, turn it into 50. You get the picture. This has been extremely helpful. Is anybody else doing this, or has anybody else seen this where you can embed the post for more viral engagement? I just want to make sure what we're covering here is useful and everyone's getting some value out of this. All right, we're getting some yeses. All right, sounds great, cool. All right, awesome. Yeah, this has been huge for us, and a lot of people might overlook it, but we do this with every single campaign, and it really, really does make a difference on the bottom line. So here's what our sales page looked like, and this is kind of why it stood out and why it's done so well, because first of all, we have those social share buttons. And you know, when you're a marketer, sometimes you get blinded by social share buttons and, you know, that kind of thing. But with this, look, we have a lot of social shares. We also have the big discount and the free shipping, which is huge for pushing scarcity, along with the scarcity timer and the sales bar. And the coolest thing about this is, first of all, it's been proven to convert. We were able to get many, many hundreds and thousands of sales through this type of template. And what we did is basically modeled it and put everything into our control, so we can change that buy button on demand. We can change that ad copy on demand. We can change the price on demand. We have full control.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people on the call, you know, you probably recognize this design, you know, and there's companies like Teespring that sold 6 million products, and you know they've split tested with millions and millions of visitors, and basically we kind of model that proven layout. You know, we got the same type of headline, the same type of social sharing icons. We have the same all the way down to the color of the buy button, what's on the buy button. And then we have the scarcity timer, and of course you can control all this, so you're able to change this stuff out if you wanted to. But you know, this is kind of where we got this layout. It's not something that we just thought looked cool, but it's something that is proven to convert, and that's what we did. We went with what works.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Jason, because you know how it's kind of like when you see a design that you really like for a T-shirt and it's selling really well, and you take what you see and model it and apply it to your niche, or you know, do something kind of similar but put your own spin on it. That's exactly what we've done. And it wasn't with one design that sold 1,000 shirts. It's with a proven platform that converts for all other platforms. They're all very, very similar with the countdown, with the stock warning, with all of that. And for those people, I see a lot of people that are still just jumping on the call late. Don't worry, we'll still be going over a lot of stuff. We're going to be answering a ton of questions, and thank you so much for the feedback so far. We have a few comments, one saying great value so far. Thank you so much. You know, we're here to help, and we want to show what's working, and this has been working really, really well for us. So, you know, let's talk about leads and sales in the actual software. So again, this is an older screenshot. This is from a week, 2 weeks ago, back on the 21st, I think these screenshots were taken. So I started a new Aweber account, you know, so our outsourcer could access everything and build lists for us, and it was at 5,718 subscribers. And that was in a matter of a week. I think at this point we're well over 25,000 subscribers, and that's just from the last week and a half, 2 weeks. For my other list, there's over 75,000 people. So right now we have a reach of over 100,000 people that we've been selling and serving ads to. So we're able to reach out and not only say, hey, you bought the mobile case, you bought the T-shirt, here's another special offer, here's a coupon code, here's a 24-hour deal. I mean, really the opportunities are pretty limitless. And this screenshot just shows, some of the transactions we've done in the first 3 weeks of October, just to kind of illustrate how we're really pushing these transactions every single day for a variety of niches. So what did others experience? And I think I saw Frank on the call earlier. And Frank is one of the go-getters. He is the godfather of name teas. He provides a ton of value. He has so much experience, and he's always willing to share. Frank's awesome. And what he's done with product pages has been nothing short of impressive. I might even say amazing, just because some of the stats that he shared with us have just been crazy. So he said his best shirt is converting at 28%. And that's when he's used the software that Jason and I have developed and Jason and I started using. We decided to open it up to a few other people and get their feedback and get their ideas. And Frank was able to come in and just dominate. So he was converting at 28%. He's saying the sales are coming in way easier, more often now compared to before. So these are just some of the results from opening it up. And that was just back on October 13th. It kind of seems like a while ago just because we've gone through so many progressions and upgrades and, we're moving so fast. But it was only about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it is.
Crazy when you think about it, only 3 weeks ago. It seems like months and months, don't it?
Yeah, it really does, because every day there's just so much to cover, so many different case studies and so many different things to discuss. Here's another example here. So Frank did T-shirts, and T-shirts are great. It's a proven winner. People will always buy T-shirts. Now, Dylan Kingsbury came in, he set up a funnel, and he decided to do mobile covers. So he saw the case study, he set up his own funnel, and within 72 hours he was profiting $150 a day. Now, anyone can say that they're making $150 a day, but what was cool was Dylan actually took the time to make a breakdown. So he told us how many opt-ins he got. He told us his ad spend, how many sales. So it's pretty crazy when $17 can build you a list of 290 total opt-ins and get you $198 of revenue. And the kicker is it only cost him $33 to fulfill and ship and take care of those orders. So he made $148, and that was in 72 hours. And no one's passed the third email of his series. So Dylan was pretty impressive. He was another one of those go-getters that just took it, put it into action, and was seeing some almost instantaneous results with just taking action with it. So this is what we call product pages, and I want to tell you exactly what product pages is, and you may have heard of it. It's kind of been bouncing around. It's not available to the public. We don't have any public launch. We've kept things very, very minimal, and there's a really good reason for that. It's because we want to keep the community small. We want to have a group of people that want to use this and grow this software and give their input. So we don't want this out to the masses because we want to grow small as a community. And with the ability with what product pages can do, I mean, we've kind of shown you it can take instant payments for every order. There's no tipping points. We get every lead, email address, physical address. We do all of our own branding and fulfillment and everything. So when somebody comes to our page, they see exactly what we want them to see instead of, split testing a different sales page or landing page or different graphics. Everything that we want is on that page, and we can make those changes on the fly. In addition, for every T-shirt we sell, everything is done hands-off. So when somebody buys my Pug Mom T-shirt, it automatically gets sent to them instantly. They don't have to wait 2 weeks to get it fulfilled. They don't have to wait for anything, any tipping point or anything to close. They get paid right away. How powerful is that? Your customer gets his product quicker, you get paid quicker, and you can turn around and offer multiple upsells. Now, speaking of upsells, you can also do hybrid sales funnels, which you can't do anywhere else. You can mix a physical product like a T-shirt and then on the back end sell a digital product like a membership for, say a gun shooting club or a hunter's club or a dog lovers club. So you can really mix and match to create a powerful funnel that can really maximize your earnings per customer.
We got a question somebody's asking, does that mean we have to buy inventory? And the answer to that is no, you don't have to buy inventory. It's hands-off fulfillment. Just to clarify that question really quick. So does anybody on the call want to see this like live? Would anybody like Sean to set up like a live campaign right here on the call? Would that be helpful? Yep, we're getting a lot of yeses. They want to see a live campaign, Sean.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of yeses, but there's so many people on the call. Like I see Anthony and Donald and Jeff and Randy and Tim and Wes. Like there's a lot of people on the call. Let's hear some yeses. All right, they're really coming in now. All right, cool. All right. Real quick, Joe. Yeah, we have a third-party fulfillment that does, or a third party that does all the T-shirt fulfillment. They take care of all of that, so it's completely hands-off, which is awesome. And we're going to cover how we handle, doing something like mobile covers as well, because that is completely hands-off from my end too. It's all through drop shipping. But let me go in and show you exactly how we can set up a funnel within minutes. And I mean, it's going to be a quick demo, but this is what you can do with your own products because everything is set up. The only thing you need to do is basically plug and play whatever your funnel is or whatever products you have. So we're going to go to add new, and this is a domain called Teestrong, and this is a domain that we bought originally thinking we're going to do a lot of T-shirts on it. And we did do a lot of T-shirts, but we also did a lot more mobile covers. So since then, we've bought dozens of domains that we're using, and we're using this for demo purposes now. So let's jump into this. Add a new product here. So we'll do a product pages shirt. And then what we'll do here is go over to T-Shirt Gang, who is our fulfillment provider. We'll add our title, product pages shirt here. And then we have preloaded ad copy right here. And this is what we've been testing and what we've been using. This is what converts. It's already preloaded. So you don't have to sit there and try to come up with something that may or may not work. We keep it short, simple. It's mobile friendly. Everything loads quick. It gets to the point. And this is what we've been split testing with lots of money and lots of campaigns. So the only thing we'll do here is obviously we'll change the date. So we'll have it expire on the 12th. Here's the timer. So this deal will expire on the 12th. And what's really cool is it's intuitive. If you don't remember where this actually appears, you can hover over the question mark and it tells you exactly where you're making those modifications. And when your deal expires, you actually have a URL that you can send them to. So you can send them to a new campaign. It's not like they end up on a dead link for a dead campaign. You can send them to a brand new campaign. So the stock warning text. So for this, let's say we only have a few left in stock. And we'll put that stock warning bar all the way up to 95. And the T-Shirt Gang product ID. So once you have your account, you're going to have a product ID for all of your shirts. There's no limit. You can have 10 shirts or 1,000 shirts. And as soon as you plug in that ID for your shirt, it pulls up the different color selections, the different options that you have. You can have standard, men's fitted, ladies. You can even have a one piece, which is a baby onesie. You can have baby onesies, youth, a lot of options, but let's not get sidetracked. So we are just going to do black for this example for product pages. And I know this is only a demo right now, but I've actually used this demo page as an exact, I've actually used it to process orders for product pages shirts. So I have a product pages shirt. I printed out a few more. Jason's got one too.
Still need to pick up my shirt.
Yeah, I keep joking with Dylan. He's got to make a road trip to New York to come get it because I never go to the post office. So yeah, you upload your mock-up here. So we have the men's shirt. We're going to add the women's shirt. I think it's running a little slow with GoToWebinar. We'll insert that. Now, profit per shirt, we'll leave that at $10. We'll say buy now. Actually, just for demo purposes, we'll say get it now, in all caps with an exclamation point. We can mess with the buy button color if we want it to be a different color than blues or green. Say if you are going for, a team with a specific color, you can change that buy button to that team's color and border. You can also use a custom buy button. So if you want to use your own buy button or a different processor, you can do that right here. And then you have your upsell link right here, which is very, very powerful. But obviously we don't have our upsell yet, so we're just going to hit save now. Is everybody with me so far? Does it seem pretty easy? All right, cool.
Yep, we're getting a bunch of yeses. Right. I can do this.
Nice. So yeah, let's just pull up that demo page we just made, and that was made in a matter of what, 2 minutes while we're talking. So here is the men's page, or the men's shirt, and then we go over to the women's shirt. You have all the social share buttons right there on the image, and you also have it on the top right-hand side. And if you notice, the timer is the rainbow colored. So there's a lot of different options you can do with the timer. If we go back here real quick, let me just go over the countdown timer. So you can change the different colors. So we can make that black. We can make this. We can make this that light pink. We can also add all of our pixels for retargeting, analytics, conversions. We can add our leads. So every single buyer gets automatically added to our autoresponder without them opting in or without any kind of double opt-in type of thing. You get every single one of your leads, and then we have the SEO page. So that was made in a matter of minutes. And now let's add the upsell real quick. So we're going to click on Add New and pull up another new page. If I'm going too fast, just let me know. I've done this a few times, but it really is this easy just to load the template and just add your product. I've done this a lot with a lot of different funnels. And I know we're getting a ton of questions.
Anthony, yeah, while you set that up, I'll answer a few of the questions.
For sure, for sure.
So Anthony, you can add any autoresponder. Basically when you set up an autoresponder, you set up the web form and it gives you some HTML code. So basically you just copy that HTML code and pop it right into the autoresponder field. So any person that purchases any product, gets automatically added to that autoresponder. And, we also have a lead dashboard. So even if you didn't set up an autoresponder, you still collect all the leads inside Product Page's dashboard. But, we definitely recommend to set up the autoresponder because you definitely get a lot of sales with that 6-7 day email drip campaign.
Oh, completely, yeah. And
yes.
Yeah.
Do we have to use Google Chrome? No. I mean, you can use any web browser.
And I mean, I was just going to chime in really quick on the autoresponder stuff. I mean, over the last, I would say about 7 or 8 weeks, I've actually been helping a guy use product pages as well as, well, not 7 or 8 weeks, full 4 product pages. It's been about 2 weeks with that, but 7 or 8 weeks setting up autoresponders and basically going ahead and remarketing to the leads that didn't necessarily buy in the first place or didn't buy the upsell. And so far, the numbers and just the amount of people that either they're busy or, I mean, think about just a normal situation. Even if you're sitting here on this call, have you had any distractions in the last 20 to 30 minutes? And if you say no, I mean, that's honestly shocking to me. I've had 2 people walk by my door. Outside my office. I mean, I've got cats that are walking in. I've got messages on Facebook. We're constantly surrounded by distractions. And so what a lot of people just, I think that there's a disconnect, Sean and Jason, and you guys can chime in on this as well. There's definitely a disconnect when people think, oh, I don't necessarily need to do the autoresponder. The autoresponder in marketing to these people via email is huge because if you think of the number of distractions that are out there, you're missing, if they get distracted, they get sidetracked, the rule I like to say is out of sight, out of mind. And as soon as you basically start realizing that, that's when everything can go ahead and just skyrocket your profits because it's just so simple to go ahead and write a quick email reminding somebody to go and look at a shirt or a mug or whatever you're selling.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that really goes deep with a lot of my niches. I have developed pretty much a plug and play, just kind of like how you develop the pages, where we have the follow-up for people to buy the initial product, whether it's a mobile cover or a T-shirt, and then for those buyers, they get added to another list that goes through another 2-week sequence that's already done. So you have that ready to go. And that's for people, that are able to convert and want to do more than just a T-shirt sale or a mobile phone cover sale. So yeah, that's definitely very, very powerful. So yeah, we finished the funnel. So if you buy this shirt, you'll automatically be sent to the page to buy the mug for 40% off. And you can see the differences here. I took off the header and the footer. So on the upsell, all they have to focus in on is the product page's mug, with the free shipping, $9.99. And that's how you can build out a funnel, and you can daisy chain these, meaning after they buy the mug, you can offer them another offer, and either way they're going to be added to your autoresponder, so you can follow up with other offers or content or whatever you might have for your niche. So does anyone see the power in that, in being able to control that and not just get that one sale, to be able to continue following up with that customer? Joe asks, is the mug through T-shirt gang or Amazon? This is just an example. If there's plenty of providers for mugs, this is just one example. The mobile phone covers are really where, personally, I've been seeing the most growth and most success and most sales for sure, just because of that layering opportunity in the ads manager. So let's keep going. I just wanted to.
A lot of yeses.
Yeah.
People are loving the content. They're saying they absolutely see the power in creating funnels and unlimited upsells and things like that.
Awesome. All right, so here's the deal. You've seen what we can do with it. You've seen the results we've had. We don't want to take up too much of your time. We could talk about this all night. We could show you case study after case study. We have so much that we could talk about. And, frankly, Jason and I, that's pretty much what we do all day. We talk on the phone all the time. I just drove 12 hours down to Nashville, and I was on the phone with Jason for most of that time, just going back and forth, on different products and different funnels. But so this is what you can do with product pages. You can do unlimited domains. So with the agency license, you can do personal, commercial, client sites. You can take a site, turn it into an e-commerce site, and sell it. You can do this for your offline clients. You have the full functionality. You have unlimited upsells and coupon codes, which we haven't even gone into yet. Plus, you get all the lifetime upgrades plus full API access. So it's not one of those things where, if you join, you only get X amount of features. You get all the features, and we haven't even gone over all of them. Plus, you get lifetime access to the Mastermind, which we haven't even gone over that yet. We just want to show you exactly what Product Pages is and exactly what you'll get. And the price is $297 per year. And think of it this way, it's about 30 T-shirts. You sell about 30 T-shirts at $10 a pop, pays itself off. And a lot of people can do that, some in a day, some in an hour, some in a week. But from what the results we've had and other people that have used it, they see those results pretty quick. However, because this isn't open to the public and we are keeping a smaller amount of people in the Product Pages tribe, what we're going to do for Will and his customers, we're going to offer a license for 30 people, and we're going to just do a one-time payment of $97 for this software. And the reason why we want to open this up, we want to bring more people into the Mastermind, we want more ideas, we want to grow this and grow our business along with grow your business using Product Pages.
Exactly. We want to let 30 people come join into the success that we're having and share that success with you, and we want you to be a part of that.
Yeah. And I see some people already asking about the Mastermind group. And Jason, you reminded me before about actually showing that. So let me jump out of here real quick. And if you know that you want to be one of those first 30, then go ahead and put yes in the box. And somebody will be able to drop you that direct link so you don't miss out. But what I'm going to do is jump over to the Mastermind group just to show you a few things. And again, you get access to this Mastermind group. There's no additional fee for that. There's no crazy upsells for the Mastermind group or anything like that. Let's jump right on into the Mastermind, and you'll see what a special place this is. This is where I spend a lot of time on Facebook now. That very first post, actually, that we just saw, where is it? was from Dylan, and he said both shipments just came in from China today. Time to automate the fulfillment process. So Dylan's been able to scale pretty well with his niche, and he's been sharing his case studies and videos pretty much all across the way. Like he's been telling everybody, you know, his gains, his losses, you know, his frustrations. So he's been sharing that entire process. And at the top here, we have a post from Jason talking about all the updates. We've made substantial updates just in the last month to product pages based on our users and based on the product pages family and what they see and what, you know, is working for them, what isn't working for them. So let's just keep going, scrolling through here. Here's another one from Dylan, and this is actually a YouTube video, and it's got, I think it's a 12-minute case study, and it goes in through everything. He goes through everything. He shows his list and his funnel and his upsells, and he's doing something completely different. He's selling survival seeds with product pages. So, you know, it just kind of goes to show you what kind of funnel and what kind of product you can sell using product pages. Pretty much anything and everything, and a lot of people are setting up their funnels using this so they get the full power of capturing their leads.
Yeah, and I just want to mention one thing about the Mastermind. You know, the Mastermind by itself is really worth $97 a month. You know, there's a few other masterminds that I've been a part of and I've seen online, and they charge $97 or more per month, and you know, a lot of them are not really anything special. But what we have here is special. You know, we have a lot of members that are setting up funnels and using product pages, and people are sharing results that they're having. They're sharing scalable designs. I know just 2 weeks ago, Travis, one of our members, posted a scalable design, and we took that design ourselves and made $1,500 within the next 7 days. And this is a design that hasn't even scratched the surface. You could literally go in like 20, 30, 40 different niches with this same type of design. And there's been other members that have taken that same design, scaled it. So, you know, this is a mastermind that's got your back, you know, and we're all helping each other in here. We're sharing case studies. We're showing results. Everybody's using product pages, giving suggestions. You know, since about the past 60 days, we probably made, you know, 12 or 13 major updates based on user feedback, user results. It's amazing. You know, the Mastermind is really something awesome, and you get that for free. When you sign up for product pages today, you're a part of the Mastermind. You know, you get to get in there and ask questions and get answers and share your success and join a community that's got your back.
Yeah, and you know, just to sometimes I'm not very clear, and I get too amped up, and I skip over some of the details because I get so excited. But somebody asked a question, and they're saying, so is it 97 a year then, or is it 97 a month? It is a one-time fee for the unlimited agency license for product pages, not per year, not per month, not every 5 years. It is a one-time fee, and we mean that. Only because we are still in the beta phase, and it is still a private product. It's not a product that you can Google and find and buy. You know, we keep the membership area and we keep the mastermind area very tight-knit and small. So it is a one-time fee for the first 30 people. I'm sure there's spots going. I don't have the screen pulled up. I can't tell you how many spots we're at right now. You know, but we do have that open for 30 people, so that's a great question. And I want to show...
Yeah, go ahead. Well, I just wanted to say, I'm sorry to interrupt, you know, those spots are going fast, actually. You know, we've already done over 10 sales. So I just want to let people know, you know, we've showed you an opportunity here. If this seems like something that you're interested in, you know, go ahead and take action. You know, we do have your back, and we're going to continue answering questions now. So if you have questions, go ahead and shoot those out so me and Sean or Will can answer those questions now. But go ahead, Sean. I wasn't trying to cut you off there.
Oh yeah, no worries. I just wanted to show this post. This is one of my favorite posts, and it's back from October 29th, so last week. You know, we had for lack of a better term, a newbie, somebody who just started. And, you know, at first when I read the post, I didn't think much to it. You know, oh, I'm close to the 500 subscribers for $19 a month. How do I upgrade? And you can see a lot of people were jumping in. and then will actually, it upgrades automatically, just cross 500, you'll be billed higher. And then I jumped in. I go, oh, trust me, they'll upgrade you because, you guys saw my stats. I have over 100,000 people on my lists with Aweber. So everyone just jumps in immediately to help out. And he said, thanks a lot. That's a lot of subscribers. I currently have 510 only thanks to product pages in this group of people. So, that's one of those things where it's cool because you really do feel like you're part of a community, and it's not just some random Facebook page that somebody auto-added you into. It's only for people who are part of product pages. It's not open to the general public, and it's not full of junk. We keep things very concise and on point and only relevant things. And another post down here, this is what got me. He said he only has one product, but it looks like he has a passionate audience and a good product. This is his first time ever making or creating a list, any kind of list building. And he said he has 2 ads. One is for 2 cents per page post engagement, and one is for 1 cent page post engagement. So that's pretty impressive. I strive to hit those numbers, and sometimes I do. But this guy, pretty much on his first try, was able to hit a home run using product pages and being a part of the product pages mastermind. So I like to illustrate that. I think it's cool. It's not someone who made crazy money in a day. It's just somebody who took action and is seeing great results from it. And yeah, I really like this post. So I just wanted to show that as part of the product pages mastermind. So I also wanted to cover some of our stats, and at the time when I took this screenshot, this was back on in late September, just a couple stats from what we've done from T-shirt gang recently. We did 437 sales, almost $7,000 worth, and this is through using product pages. So we're able to open with that shirt sale, make that initial profit that you would make on any other platform, but then we're able to take that and replicate it and do it again and offer the upsell and really be able to scale. So this isn't stuff we were doing 12 months ago or even 6 months ago. As I showed you earlier, we had screenshots from today. And I just want to show everybody what you can do when you have all the control, when you have the ability to brand that domain and to use your own graphics and to add your own upsells and to control your own business. I mean, ultimately, that's what being an inner marketer is being able to control your own business and how you can structure things. So let's talk about real quick.
I see we've got a lot of questions. Go ahead.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, we have a ton of questions. And hey, man,
yeah,
I can talk all night. So real quick, I just want to say that Don jumped in and used this, and then we're going to hit all the questions because I need a drink of water. I'm losing my voice. But Don jumped in, and he was able to integrate this into a ton of his funnels, and it was really cool to see how he did it because everyone knows Don is the master at funnels. He's done several $1 million in sales, and he has niches all across the board. What he said once he used product pages was, this solves a lot of problems. The price is crazy. They should be charging monthly for this, which ultimately we won't be doing monthly, but we will be doing yearly. He said if you're doing shirts, it's an absolute no-brainer. You sell on a totally different level. You can do upsells, lead collection, fulfillment, any type of physical product. I hope you see the value in that. I sure do. I highly recommend picking it up. So that was pretty powerful, and we saw Don do a hybrid funnel where he sold a T-shirt and then he put them into a recurring monthly membership program on the back end for an upsell. So after seeing that, it was a lot of motivation to keep working on those funnels and to offer those kind of products and to do those hybrid funnels. So with that being said, I'm going to take a sip of water and you guys can jump in and answer some questions.
Yeah, sure. We might as well just answer this one, Jason, really quick since Ryan's right here. He wanted to know, after they go ahead and they purchase product page for the $97, is there any upsells or anything like that after it?
We do have an upsell, an upgrade offer. One thing about the upgrade offer is, well, for one, it's under $97, so it's not more expensive. And the second thing is, it's not necessarily needed. For example, when you buy product pages for $97, you get all of product pages. we're not leaving certain features out like the upsell feature or coupon code. You get everything with product pages, all the features. The upsell is for people that just want to jumpstart their business, and it's not for everybody. We don't even want everybody to buy it. It's certain campaigns that we have going live now, scalable designs that you can just take and run with and change out like a niche or one word in the design and launch it into a whole nother market. It's showing you how basically we sold hundreds of thousands of dollars this year on shirts and physical products in very in-depth case studies with step-by-step instructions if you want to take that and basically swipe kind of our business and just get a jump start real quick. That's what it is.
I was going to expand on that as well. One of the things that I asked them specifically, just so everyone in here knows, in full disclosure, I asked them specifically to have, I think I was actually the guy back a few weeks ago that convinced you to even make this an offer in the first place, because you weren't 100% sure if you were going to do a special offer, an upsell, or anything like that after the fact. But here's the thing, guys. One of the things that I love about product pages is, number one, it takes you all of about, I would say, if you're at all proficient with WordPress, which means that you know how to install a plugin, probably I would say 60 seconds to 120 seconds to actually set up, start to finish it, install it, and get going. What I loved about the offer that they put in front of you after you go ahead and become a Product Pages member is it allows you to almost copy and paste your success in a lot of ways, because you can literally just dive in. And I mean, Jason, you tell me if that's an accurate way of describing it. Because I mean, I remember when I told you guys, you got to put this together as an offer. It's almost like somebody says, here's what's worked. Here you can copy this. Go. And as long as you're willing to actually go, I mean, there's not much more besides that in terms of what you actually have to get started.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, exactly. I mean, when we first rolled this out, we gave a few license for Don Wilson's tribe, and we didn't even have the upsell. So, and it's not that we didn't have the information. We just didn't want to put it on there. We didn't want to offer it, because we didn't really want to give out that information. I mean, this isn't like designs that worked like a year or two ago, or some designs that you can go pull on TView or any of those websites. This is stuff that like we're doing now and stuff that we've done like here recently. So we didn't just want to let everybody grab that for obvious reasons. But yeah, after talking to you, Will, and knowing that there's a lot of people out there that's kind of struggling with this, so we decided to just kind of offer it. If people want to take it up, then cool, and if you don't want to take it up, that's fine too. But it is there if you want to swipe some proven designs and get some really in-depth case studies, over the shoulder, kind of step-by-step, of very successful campaigns that you can scale in other markets. So that's the key. So maybe we have a shirt for Labrador. Well, now you can change out Labrador to Pitbull to go to Bulldog, Chihuahua. So basically it's taking a proven design and being able to switch out like one word in the design and scale into a whole nother market.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. So, go ahead, Sean. I was just going to grab the next question.
Oh no, I was gonna add on that and say, like, going back to what Travis shared a few weeks ago with his design and his campaign. I mean, we took that and we were able to not only turn that into a profitable design, but turn that into a completely new funnel. And like this screenshot here just shows. So we have a guy, Larry Powell, who, if you can see on the screen, at 7:44 a.m. he bought. And that was 23 minutes as of this screen capture. 10 minutes later, he purchases again. He gets the upsell. And then after that, 2 minutes later, he purchases again. So that's one of those examples of turning $10, well, in this case, $10 into $65 to $70. And that's something you can't do on other platforms. This is the ability to take that, get paid instantly, and have those profit margins right off the bat. So I just wanted to illustrate that. But yeah, let's take some more questions. I know we have a lot.
Sure. Somebody asked about the email sequence, if that's at all going to be mentioned, and like if you guys explain that any. Basically, I guess in the members area or as well as in the Facebook group and whatnot. And I have something to add to that as well once you guys go ahead and answer the question.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the email sequence is always something that is a work in progress, obviously. You know, we're always adding to it. We're always testing different things. And there's a lot of discussion in the members area in the mastermind where we do talk about that. But over the course of the last 6 months, I have developed, you know, some people will say, oh, 3 days is best, 6 days is best, take 2 days in between this email. Well, I've done a week-long sequence that has worked and converted best for me. So I have a whole sequence where I do a mail the first day, the second day, the third day, the fifth day, and then the seventh day. That is part of the upgrade, and the upgrade is completely optional. And again, a lot of people talk about follow-up sequences in the mastermind area, but the word-for-word sequence that I use personally in every single one of our campaigns that's done so well for us is part of the upgrade. But you know, again, it is something that people discuss. And as long as you have an autoresponder and you are following up with your customers, you'll see more significant results than if you just send them to a page and hope they buy and not follow up with them.
Now, I was going to also add to that, besides obviously the upsell option here, one of the other things, and this is something I didn't want to put on the actual call because and add to your guys' slides just yet, because I'm going to be putting this in when we send out the replay tomorrow and whatnot. But there were a couple of things that I was actually putting together for a little bonus package, and we just didn't have enough time to add it to the slides. But they're going to be in the email tomorrow. So if you purchase today, you'll also obviously get access to that. But Sean, he likes to call me, I guess, like the SES guy, if you will, for email autoresponders and whatnot. And one of the cool things that I was doing is I'm putting together a short tutorial on how if you actually, is there a way that you can pull it back open, the Facebook group page where you talked about the autoresponders?
Yeah, of course, and I know where you're going with this, and I've been on you for months to show me how to do this.
All I've told you is you gotta message me and I'll be happy to show you. Guys, when it comes to email, I got really sick of GetResponse, Constant Contact, Aweber, all of these companies, because when you have 150,000 people that you send an email to, probably every other day, if not more, it adds up fast for cost. I mean, here, I'll just grab aweber.com. I want to see what I don't actually know the exact numbers, but I know for 150,000 people, it's way up there.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, I'm paying well over $1,000 a month.
They don't even have it.
Yeah.
They don't even have it on aweber.com. They don't even list how much it costs for having 150,000. The max they go up to is 25,000, and you actually got to send them an email to figure out what the cost is over that. Put it this way, guys. I have my lists all in all are around 130,000 total. After I scrub them, they were at 150. But anyways, I use Amazon to send all of my emails across the board. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing is showing you how you can use Amazon to spend absolutely pennies on the dollar compared to what you're going to go and spend over at Aweber. I think my average monthly bill for sending about 5 million emails a month, and yeah, you heard the number right, 5 million emails a month, is right around $55. And that's, you know, thinking of how many people are on my marketing list, thinking of how many emails I'm sending, that's an astronomical low figure. So one of the things that I'm going to do is show you guys how you can integrate your own autoresponder with product pages. It's a very simple system, and it only requires probably about an extra 3 steps, and those 3 steps are copy and pasting, quite literally copying and pasting.
I'm in. That's awesome.
How is the inboxing versus I'll put it this way. For inboxing, for all those other purposes, my emails, I've never had an email that does not show up in the Gmail inbox instead of like the promotions tab, where a lot of the people I know that are on Aweber, on GetResponse, they all show up there. I mean, even companies like Best Buy, Walmart, those kind of guys, they definitely are going to show up over there. And I've never ever shown up in the promotions tab, even though if it's a brand new email that I'm sending to, just because I know a lot about email marketing and a lot about how you can stay very, we'll say, safe and current, so to speak, with the email marketing ways, if you will.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's awesome. That is very generous of you to do. And you probably didn't even know this because I added this earlier today, but you're adding that bonus in. I actually added a bonus too. I figured you'd be okay with it. Some feedback.
You're not allowed to do this, Sean. You're not allowed to
okay,
do this.
sorry, everybody. But yeah, I do think we still have some spots left for those first 30. We really are limiting it to 30 on this call, and that isn't some fake scarcity or BS. Like, we really are limiting it to 30. And for those first 30, for whether you're already in or not, and I saw a bunch of people that already said they were in. Let me go back to the questions box. Yeah, Philip, welcome. Thank you so much. Make sure you join that mastermind and get approved for that, and we'll get you in there. We also have, let's see, we have a bunch of other people that said they were in. But as a bonus, a lot of questions I've received, and a lot of people want to know, how you actually sell a mobile cover. They have confusion when it comes to fulfillment. They have confusion when it comes from not touching the product themselves, but having it delivered to the customer. And this is something that over the last month and a half I've really mastered. And all I do is set up the funnel, run traffic to it, and on average, as I discussed earlier, we're getting anywhere between 40 to 80 sales a day just in mobile covers, without any of the upsells. And that's something that...
You just answered like half the questions in the chat box.
Yeah, we get a lot of those, and that's why I wanted to make this a bonus for those buyers.
I love that.
Let me stress something real quick, that this isn't a part of the mastermind. This isn't a part of the members area. This isn't a part of the upsell. It really isn't. This is only going to the people who are one of the first 30 on this call. And what it's going to be a video. So it's not some, vague PDF file. It's going to be an over-the-shoulder video where I'm going to really dig in. And not only am I going to show you how I find the fulfillment providers, but I'm also going to show how I set everything up. And the majority of my profit margins are around $12 to $14 per sale, which is a little better than the... Yeah, a little bit.
Can I ask a question about that? $12 to $14 per sale. What does it actually, on average, cost you to get a customer?
On average, to get a customer, I could pull up some stats, but I might not be at the penny engagements that one of our product pages members, I think his name was Drazen, was at. But I'm getting on average between 3 to 6 cent penny engagements, and out of that, we're getting tons of opt-ins and even more sales. So the cost per acquisition is very, very low.
That's unreal. So, think about that for just a second, everybody. If you're, for an average page post engage, just getting those people to go ahead and click on your links and then go ahead and, basically join your marketing lists and whatnot. That way you can go ahead and advertise them, not just immediately after they've gone ahead and they've joined your list, where you're going to redirect them to a mobile cover or whatever else you want to sell. You're also able to email them down the road, and you're able to go ahead and communicate with them in that way. Can I get access to that bonus? I didn't know you were offering that.
If I get your SES Amazon bonus, then maybe I'll share the video.
Trade bonuses.
Yeah, but the other cool part about the bonus is a lot of people, once they get that first sale, they think, okay, great, we have a buyer, we made $12 off the sale. Oh, somebody picked up the upsell. We made $30 off the sale. Great. Well, that isn't where you should stop. As a marketer, as somebody who is providing different services and products in your niche, you want to keep the momentum going. So I actually go through the actual sales sequence for buyers. So they get taken into a completely different sales sequence for over 2 weeks with different offers and different content mixed in. That's worked really, really well to really maximize, that customer from taking them from a $10 T-shirt to a, $60 to $80 to $100 customer, and somebody who's going to keep coming back to you, for whatever you have to offer to that niche. So yeah, that's something I wanted to add, and I kind of jumped ahead a little bit. There was one other thing I wanted to cover real quick. I know we have a ton of questions, but I wanted to cover this real quick because we had Travis Patel, and he's been doing huge numbers. He did 6 figures last month alone in physical products and T-shirts. and he's been doing big things. He's been a huge supporter of product pages, and this was a guy who purchased it. He went, and the exact day that it was offered by Don Wilson, it was a very private promo. He jumped on it, he bought it, he implemented, and the biggest thing that I got out of him using it, and Jason and I can relate, is that he doesn't have to pay his monthly Shopify fee. And just to give you an idea, for a lot of people, I know some people on the call have used Shopify, and, they have different packages and different tiers. But for the volume we're doing, the amount that we're selling, and the amount of niches that we're in, we'd be paying $179 a month. We'd be paying over $2,000 a year just to use our software to sell. And what we're doing is completely circumventing that, using our own platform, and being able to do a lot more when it comes to upsells and lead generation.
And that's not even the credit card charges as well.
No. There's
Obviously,
none
you
of that.
still have to pay the credit card charges and everything. I don't want to make that but all I'm saying is the Shopify fees are actually higher than if you were to go through PayPal and other competitors and whatnot.
Right, and plus you got to you got to pay to be able to do certain upsells and additional add-ons. But hey guys, I wanted to stop real quick because some people are saying they weren't able to see the up. So for the people that bought in, can you just comment, yes or no if you were able to see the upsell?
Well, actually, here's better yet, Jason. Everyone that's gone ahead and joined today, go ahead and put I'm in the chat box. First off, I'd love to welcome you and thank you for going ahead and making the purchase, and I'm sure Jason and Sean would as well. And then I was also going to expand on that and say, just for the people, we've had a few questions for, are the 30 still left? I just checked my phone a second ago. I don't actually have the exact, I can't see that there's only been, 15 or 17, but I noticed that there's over 20 notifications on my phone, which means 20 sales. So keep that in mind. And we're not even done answering questions yet. So
yeah, we'll definitely stay on and answer as many questions, even if we do sell out. We still want to answer any questions, whether you have with funnels or using product pages or doing upsells or whatever it might be. I mean, we're here to help, and we see there's still a lot of people on the call. I see Andy out there, and Anthony, and Bob, and Gail, and Graham, Jose, Karen, Philip, Prince, William, Wayne. Thank you guys all for tuning in and still being a part of this call. Let's answer some questions and take care of this.
Yes, I still see 90% of people on the call. So I just want to mention, we do still have some slots open. So if anybody is on the fence and they need to get their questions answered, now's the time. Myself, Sean, or Will can chime in with the answer. But if you have any questions, ask those questions now so we can get you those answers. The biggest thing, I would hate for you to miss out on this opportunity just because you had a question that wasn't answered. So just post your questions here. There's a lot of people still on the call, so I know there's a lot of interested people. So ask those questions and let's get you off the fence and into product pages and get you a part of the mastermind, and let's start selling products together.
For sure.
Okay, Ryan, posted my question twice. So, all right, so yeah, let's go back. Ryan, post that question again, and we'll answer it now. We have so much stuff here in the questions.
I think, Ryan is just asking if somebody wants to go ahead and purchase the upsell later on, is that going to be an option?
At this point, I don't think it is, but it's something that we might be able to do. I don't think we've set it up as an option at this point, but I think we'd be able to accommodate that.
Yeah, I mean, worst case, you might get hit up the support desk. We can't promise that you're going to get it for this price. I mean, just so everybody knows, just to be transparent, the upsell, I think, what is it, Sean? $67?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very low price. I mean, typically an upsell is higher price, but we're just trying to put a price on it where we're not giving it away because we don't want everybody to have it, and but we do want to put a price on it where if you're serious, then you'll just invest the $67. So we can't guarantee that it is going to be around forever, and we can't guarantee that you can still pick it up for $67. We can do that now if you want to pick it up,
right?
And we just have to do it case by case after that. There's just no guarantees in life.
Right. The thing is, I want to elaborate a little bit on that though, because originally, we didn't offer anything. We just offered the software, and we showed everyone what we're doing and the results we're getting, and we had nonstop support tickets and Facebook messages and Skype messages saying, you know, how are you doing this? What designs are you using? What's working for you? Like, do you have any other training? You know, this was something that when we first offered it, and this was back when, you know, Jason and I were just using it for our own business, you know, and we talked to Don, and he agreed to promote it, and he thought it was great. But then after that, everyone was like, well, what else do you have? Like, what can we do? What can we model after? So that's when we decided to put together, you know, this upgrade offer. And the upgrade offer is nothing short of packed with designs for T-shirts, with scalable designs, with content. You get the exact follow-up sequences. So let me reiterate by saying it is 100% optional. It is not essential. The product pages software will work 100% with or without it, but for those people who want to inject some new blood into their sales stream and get some new designs and see some new ways at looking at new opportunities, you know, for shirts and for mobile covers, you know, there's case studies in there where we're getting 10-cent opt-ins for the sports niche, where people typically pay $1.50. So things like that, you know, that's what's covered. You know, you get your money back tenfold, you know, if you take that information and apply it. So I just wanted to add that in.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the upsell is gold, you know, in a nutshell. You know, one thing that makes this opportunity different than a lot of opportunities you've seen out there, we didn't just create a product to sell, you know, to you to make a profit from. This is stuff that we're actually doing daily in our own business. I mean, we built product pages towards the beginning of the year. We used product pages for many, many months before we ever even decided to let anybody in. It was kind of like our secret. But we've seen so much frustration in the marketplace. So many people were irritated by the fact that they had to hit they had a tip on campaigns, that they weren't able to collect their own leads, that they were marketing and sending paid traffic to somebody else's platform, building somebody else's business. So finally, you know, we said, hey, we've had enough of this. We want to put the power back in your hands, you know, just like that we've done for ourselves. And that's why we've opened up a few licenses. But basically, you can take a powerful model like Teespring and these other type of fulfillment centers and basically have your own business. And one big thing, if there's people on the call and you know, maybe they haven't had a lot of success with Teespring hitting big tip campaigns, that's what makes us different too. You get paid for every single shirt, so you don't have to wait around for a week just to see if you hit 5 or 10 sales on Teespring to hit your goal. If you sell one shirt for $20, you get a $20 instant PayPal payment immediately to your account. So then you turn around and pay the fulfillment center the $8 or $9 that you owe them, and you can turn around and reinvest that money. So now if you sell 5 shirts, you get those payments instantly, and you can turn around and put that back into your ad budget. So now you can scale those big campaigns because you can turn money a lot faster. Where if somebody's using another platform, they have to wait 7 days to hit the tip, then they have to wait another 72 hours to get paid. So it's like a 2-week turnaround time. You know, in this case, it's like a 2-hour turnaround time. You know, you get up and going, you get an instant payment, you can turn around and reinvest those profits immediately. So this helps the average person scale their business. You don't have to have the big budgets like some of the gurus do. You can just be an average marketer or just get started and turn around profits and scale your business.
And that's one thing that I loved about product pages is that, and like I was telling you just a little while ago, Sean, my buddy who's been starting just to use it for the last week or so, his biggest problem is that he had, and I literally, I could pull up a screenshot if I could log into his account and show you guys, he literally had 16 Teespring campaigns with 4 sales.
Ouch.
It drove him
Ouch.
nuts. Because he was, and he wasn't making a ton of profit from each one of those because he's still brand new to it. But the point is, each one of those had 4 sales, and he had about a $20 profit per campaign. So if you do the rough math there, 16 times 20, he was missing out on, you know, hundreds of dollars that he wasn't able to get because he literally just needed one more sale.
Yeah, yeah.
I felt really bad for the guy too because he was desperately trying to make this work.
Yeah, I can relate. I had a lot of campaigns, and I still do to this day. To be honest, you know, not all campaigns are winners. It doesn't matter if you're doing a shirt or a phone cover. It doesn't matter what your product is. Some people won't respond. But if you can recoup $10, $20, $30 from that ad spend and be able to at least break even, you can take that and move on instead of losing and losing and losing. So I can totally relate to that. And I just want to also add, we've been getting a lot of messages from people saying they're in. So Jen, welcome. Lauren and Michelle, make sure that you apply to that mastermind group. We'll get you accepted as soon as we're off the call here, and you can go dig through all of the case studies and all the videos in there. I also want to welcome Lee. Awesome to have you, Lee. Thank you for joining. So we're really boiling down here to the last few spots, and when those happen, we'll still stay on the call and answer questions, but you will not be able to purchase. At this point, if you go to productpages.co/will, if there is a buy button, you are good to go. Until then, let's keep answering questions. I got a really great question regarding any kind of additional fees, and people are asking. First, somebody asked about the yearly fee. There isn't a yearly fee. It's a one-time fee, but you get all the features. So you still get the API fulfillment, meaning you get hands-off processing. You sell as many T-shirts as you want, and we have a third-party fulfillment taking care of that and shipping it white label as soon as it's processed. No waiting 2 weeks, no waiting for a tipping point, paid instantly. Also, every single feature is available, so you're not waiting, or I'm sorry, you're not paying for additional features. You're not paying for the timer clocks or the scarcity or the custom buy buttons. It's all included in the agency license. So I just wanted to clear that up because we've had a lot of questions with different options, and that's all included in the agency license. And I just want to reiterate that it is part of the special, and it will be at $297 when it goes public. But we're doing this for Will tonight on this call, so get in on one of those spots for the top 30 while you can.
Now, I actually would love to ask, I know you guys have talked about this in the past with fulfillment centers and adding more options, maybe people who do phone covers or not T-shirts, sorry, mugs or whatever else. Is that still on the agenda for down the line in the next few months and whatnot as the upgrades for product pages roll in?
Oh, I'm going to let Jason answer this too, but without revealing too much and saying too much, we've had a lot of very exciting phone calls in the last 2 weeks, and we're excited about the progress here, and that was the initial thought. That's why we created this, to implement a lot of other providers. And while we still do hands-off fulfillment, it will be nice to have that, completely integrated. Yeah, Jason, I'll let you chime in on that as well. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much either. We may have something we may have something very big in the pipeline right this second, but I don't really want to say too much about any of that because, we don't want people saying, oh, well, you promised this, what's the date, why didn't you do it this date? But, we have some big things working in the development side, and, you also got to remember that we use product pages daily in our own business. So the same type of stuff you want as a user, we also want as a user. We want more APIs. We want more fulfillment centers. We want more opportunities and products to sell. So it's not like a one-sided thing. Like I said, we didn't just create this to try to sell it to you. We use this. We created it for our own business. So everything that you're thinking, we've already thought of, or we want to hear what you have your input, so we can look at adding that too. So we have a lot of things in the works, and that's why it's such an exciting time to get in now at product pages at the $97 price point. I mean, it's really a total no-brainer. If you was to do Shopify, you would be paying several hundred per month. And you still don't even own that platform. You're still on somebody else's platform. If you was to use any of these other websites, you're using their platform. With product pages, you own your own platform for a one-time fee, and you can sell unlimited products for a lifetime. Get unlimited updates. Get part of the mastermind. I mean, it's a great opportunity. It's a very exciting time to get into product pages, and that's why we are going to bump the price up, because it's worth a lot more, and we could charge a lot more. But, we like to see people in the mastermind and having success, and we learn things too. We want you to have success and then share us tips and tricks that you've learned too. You know, that's the part of a mastermind. That's the whole point of it.
That's
And I was going to add to that, I mean, one of the big things, guys, and Sean, Jason, you guys are doing this on a daily basis. I've only been doing this for the last couple of months. You've been doing it way longer than I have, Sean, and I'm still mad at you for not kicking me in the back. I don't want to use a certain word on a webinar. Oh, yeah, you should really get into this, Will. Thanks, dude. But one of the things I really like about product pages, guys, is like some of the software I've created myself in the past, if you're the creator, the reason that you create it in the first place is for yourself. You sell it second. And that's one of the things that I really like about this platform is, first off, I heard about this back in way early summer, months before it was even a actual thing, so to speak.
Long time.
And they were talking to me about, we're building this really cool thing. And I'm like, well, that's awesome. What's it do? And basically, my point is, if the creators of the software, Sean and Jason, are both using this on a daily basis, that alone should tell you that it's going to be supported for a very long time. Because as long as they're continuing to make money, they're going to continue doing stuff to make it better. Because it only benefits them in the long run. And really, the only reason, to make it public to us, not only does it help us, but it also is going to help them. Because like Jason just said, when you have a mastermind, I'm going to say something that maybe will spark an idea in Sean's head, and then it'll spark an idea in Jason's head, and a new feature is created. Or they make more money from one of the things that that I basically shared in the group, and all of a sudden there's this whole new plan that they laid out for us in a free case study, or somebody else does. It's a community, and that's what I really love about this. Is it's not just, you're not buying a product, you're buying access to an entire community.
Yeah, exactly. And and you also, there's power in numbers, right? So, just like with our current fulfillment center, when we're going to strike deals, is it easier for us to strike a deal saying, hey, it's me and my buddy Sean and this is what we're doing, or is it easier for me to say, hey, here's me and my buddy Sean and 400 other product page users, that really want your API, So just like one situation now with our fulfillment center, we get promos that other people don't get, So like even if other people are using them as a fulfillment center, they're not going to get some of the special offers that we get. Right now we get 10% off of already wholesale prices, so that's just more money in your pocket. Sean and I have conversations with the CEO of the company, and they listen to things that suggestions that we make, because it's not just Sean and I making suggestions, it's the community making suggestions, so they listen, But I do want to get back on some of these questions because they're still rolling in.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
So Anthony said, what price are you selling shirts for? Profit margin plus shirt cost and shipping.
That's a great question. I'll jump on that if you don't mind.
I know there's a lot on that in the mastermind as well. There's a ton of I've been creeping in the mastermind while you guys were talking, and I just found something that basically answers this question.
Yeah. Well, I can't speak for that post, but personally, I've been experimenting with a little higher price. I've always been the one, give them a good deal, make sure they're getting the quality, and the quality's there, but the price is also there too. So you can do a shirt for $22, especially when it comes to some niches where they're used to paying a lot more for that T-shirt or whatever it might be. And the big thing is, even if you're only making $10, $12, $14 on a shirt, the ability to capture that lead and to have that buyer's list and to be able to, have contact with that buyer for other opportunities is just worth whatever you need to pay to get that customer. And I've seen that time and time again with free offers, with giveaways, with other products. So, but traditionally, I price my shirts between $20 to $24, depending on the niche. 20 to 22 seems to be the hot spot for me personally. And if you found something in the mastermind that you want to share, don't give away specifics with the niche. But
I'll let them creep around in the mastermind. It's not hard. It's right at the top. It's one of the first posts.
Okay, and cool. There's still a ton of people on the call right now. So Anthony and Brad and Chris and Claudia and David and Gail and Jen and Jean and Jeff and Joe and everyone that's on the call right now. There's a ton of people. Ty, Wayne, Rodney, Randy, Raphael, Prince, everyone on the call. There's still so many people here. So I'm going to ask, and I need a lot of engagement if I'm going to do this, because this was originally something I was going to save for the bonus video. But for those people still on the call, you're obviously still on the call for a reason, and there's some kind of hang up, that you still have questions. So instead of being somebody who's asking you to type in your question, who would like to see the fulfillment process and how I find products, to source and to fulfill, through using product pages? Who would like to see that being done? And I'm going to need a lot of yeses for this. If not, we can continue taking questions, but I just want to hear a lot of response from this. And we're getting, okay. Wow, there still are a lot of you on the call. Yeah, all right, we're getting a ton of yeses. Please, yes, please, we want to see it. Please show. All right. All right, let's do it. Let's jump into it here. So so it's probably a lot easier than you think. So immediately it goes to my bookmark page, which is the camera case. Now, if you remember in the case study, it was an S3. But what I did was we had tons of sales from that. So what did we do? We had all the exact targeting down. We had a proven winner. So we scaled it to the S4, the S5, the Note 3, the Note 2, the iPhone 4, the iPhone 5. You get the picture. Even the iPhone 6. We were able to take this proven winner and scale it to all those other niches. And we were able to do that for a fulfillment fee of $4.50, give or take $1 or $2, depending on the provider. But you can start to see the profit margins. And in that case study, it was $16. But guess what? We increased the price to $18, and conversions actually went up. So that'll give you some idea of the volume we're doing and how valuable it is to dial in your demographic like that, especially when you layer it in with the exact phone that they're browsing on or that they own. So let's make this interactive here. There's still a lot of people on the call, and I'm not going to go through this unless I get some interaction. I want to have some suggestions for niches to go after. So what are some niches out there that people are in or interested in that they want to see?
We need at least 15 people to chime in for this one. I'll put a number on it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm having fun. I'm still here. Let's go through this. Let's really do some training here. Okay, we have a lot of different niches here.
Yep, they're starting to fly in. We definitely need some more, though.
We got about 10. We need 5 more. Come on. 5 more, people. And you can always submit more than one niche.
All right, we have hunting, golf, dogs, fitness, boating, toys, soccer. We're getting a lot of great niches, great recommendations here. All right, so a common theme has been phone covers because we've talked about it. Obviously there's a phone cover right here on the screen. So, let's jump in and do, what was one of them? Let me pull up the questions again. We have dollhouses.
We have
health, yoga.
Beer, toys, soccer, camping.
How about
cycling?
Hunting? Hunting's a pretty popular one. We've got 4 or 5 people that ask for hunting.
Okay, cool. Let's roll. You want to roll with hunting, Sean?
I want to roll with hunting, man. Whatever people want to see. Yeah, I saw that pop up. So let's just type in hunting, and we're going to be
Boating.
we're going to be very generic here. So you type in hunting on eBay, and guess what? You have 1.5 million results. So people right here, what is this? It's overwhelming. But this is the process that I do. So I look at hunting. I see that there's a huge demand, over 1.5 million products. And they're ranging from a penny for a scope, for knives. I mean, there's a lot. There's a huge demand. So automatically, you know right off the bat that this is a niche that has a lot of buyers. And then what I like to do is go to Buy It Now. So I click on Buy It Now because I want to find fulfillment providers. I want to find people that will fulfill these orders without me having to even see the product or touch the product. And then another thing I'll do is I will go down to do U.S. only. So I want only people who are selling hunting accessories, whatever they are, in the United States. So right now I have Buy It Now and hunting providers. So you can see that there's still a ton of providers, 1.3 million. There's still a lot of providers on there. So what I'm going to do is type in the phone case I'm looking for. So let's just say Note 3, because for some reason Note 3 cases have been crushing it for me. They've been doing really, really well. And check this out. This is crazy. Now, remember earlier on the call that I said I started off with 16 and my conversions increased when I boosted to 18. Pretty wild, right? And right here we have a Note 3 case, the same type of case that I'm selling, and it's for $375. Buy it now with free shipping.
There you go. That's the perfect product right there.
It's even cheaper than the first one.
Yeah. Typically, my prices for fulfillment range between 3 to 6, 8 on the higher end, but this is free shipping. They get it within a few days. And if you have your targeting down, these sell like hotcakes. And this is a niche that was recommended, obviously, you know, the hunting niche for Note 3s. Let's type in, let's do another phone type. Let's do iPhone, let's do iPhone 5. So yeah, here's more phone cases. Fast and free. Have it by Monday, November 10th. $4, free shipping fulfilled. And you can turn around and sell this case for $18, which is what we're doing every single day, to the tune of, you know, 40 to 80 sales, depending on the amount of paid traffic we're sending it. So this is the opportunity here.
Now here's a question. A lot of people are, and I know you don't really want to go on this on the call, so I mean, it's more of a question about your bonus that you're putting together for the 30 people that are purchasing. Are you going to show how you're actually getting these to the customer once you've sold them inside that bonus?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, and I can touch on that right now.
Okay.
You know, without going too in depth. You know, it's not a huge secret. You know, basically, I go through more in depth with the whole process of fulfillment. You know, with the bonus, but you know, I'll reach out and make sure that they're okay with fulfillment. I'll make sure that you know, they don't include any branding or any invoicing that ends up, you know, getting shipped to my customer. And that's for all my niches, and I have lots and lots of niches. Hunting is actually one of them. You know, mountain biking, nurses. I mean, UFC fans, WWE fans, like. It's just all over the board, and it really gives you the ability to scale and do things in a lot of other niches, personally, that I never thought I'd be in. But when you get the order, it automatically, at least the way that I set up my system, and I can go more in depth in the bonus, you know, it gets sent to my virtual assistant, and that gets taken care of. So essentially, I never see or fulfill an order. When I get an order, it gets sent to my virtual assistant, and they, you know, copy and paste the address and make sure everything is on point, and they will mail out that mobile cover with no branding, with no invoicing, and they'll get free delivery within 4 days. And as I said, the profit margin is huge. It's better than T-shirts. So that's why I've been doing so much with mobile covers lately. So I'm going to take a simple walk.
You still have the upsells. Now you got the lead. You can start sending emails and, you know, continue to remarket to and sell that person 4 or 5 more products, you know. So we still have some questions here. You know, what is the best fulfillment center for non-shirt products? You know, we source a lot of products from eBay. You can also source products from Amazon. And there's several other websites to source products from. And, you know, we are working on more fulfillment centers through the API, where once they order, it will go straight to the fulfillment center itself. So Lewis said, how many do you buy? Well, we don't buy any up front. So, you know, we just sell them, and then they're shipped directly to the buyer. We're not buying a bunch of inventory. You know, none of our girlfriends or wives like all that stuff showing up at the house.
No.
So we just, it ships directly from the source.
I can see Megan killing you for that.
Hey, I've tried it before. They're still in my basement.
So if you have shipping, I assume you include that in your price, correct? Yeah, so in product pages, you know, we have a built-in shopping cart, And for each product page, there's two fields, one for the product price and one for the shipping. So when they check out, you get both of those payments, the total payment for the shipping and the price of the product. And then you just turn around and place the order with your fulfillment center, which is, 50% or less, in 90-something percent of the cases.
Right. I'm having some people saying they're having audio issues. Can everybody hear me clearly? Because
so on my end, yes.
Your end? Okay. Okay, everyone's saying yes.
Yeah,
all
everybody
right.
can handle.
Cool. All right. Well, I just want to answer a question that says, how often do you guys send out emails to your leads once you've sold them an item? Which is a great question by Sam. And it differs for every funnel and it differs for every kind of niche. But personally, what I will do is, if I have somebody added to a list for a giveaway list, we have crazy open rates. So we'll do a contest. If you're a nurse who has an iPhone 5, you can enter to win one of those cases. We'll do a 7-day sequence where we'll give away 2 to 3 cases, and we'll actually give them away and ship them. You saw the price. It's a $4 shipped item. And that causes skyrocketing for open rates. So people want to see if they won. If they haven't won, they'll get frustrated. They'll click on the link. They really like the case. They'll buy it. They'll buy it for them. They'll buy it for their coworkers. And then they automatically, from there, once they get added to that buyer's list, because as soon as they buy, you see that autoresponder code that's in product pages right now, they get added to another list. So we, brief them on the shipping process. We tell them, thank you for your order. We're processing it right now. Your order has been fulfilled. It's, you'll receive it within the next 4 to 6 days. But as a part of that, we also add another offer. And also, keep a lookout for our next offer. We have something very cool to offer you. And then we'll add that into the upsell sequence. So it's different whether they're a buyer or whether they're still on the fence, but we always have that next offer in place to offer them. And a lot of times it's very congruent and very relevant.
We got another question. Can I sell my brand on product pages? That means I ship to the buyer. Absolutely. If you want to ship to the buyer, which some people are doing that too, you can sell any products on product pages, whether you do the drop shipping or you want to ship them yourself. Excuse me. Or if you want to ship them yourself. So, we've been on the call for a while here. There's still almost 60 people on the call. So we're going to have to wrap this up sooner than later. I just want to, the last few people on the call, if you're on the fence and you're not sure if this is for you or if you just have a few questions before you buy in, ask those questions now so we can get those answers.
Yeah, I was going to say, why don't we do 3 more questions and we'll go ahead and sum it up. And I want to make sure we get Ryan because he's asked us at least 10 times now.
Yeah, and I want to cover Ryan too because he was asking about international and whatnot. And Ryan, the cool thing is with using product pages that when you ship, so say you sell a shirt to somebody in America, you pay that flat fee for shipping. And the cool thing with product pages that I like and that I've found a lot of success using is that with our third-party fulfillment, not only do they have a fulfillment center in the United States, but they have one in Canada as well. So what does that mean? It means that your buyers aren't paying $8 to ship to Canada. They're still paying that flat fee of $3.50 a shirt or whatever it is with the discount to get shipped to Canada. So they're not as adverse to buying, which I love. And that's opened up in a completely new market for us and for our promos. So that's been huge. And for international, they do have options. You are able to ship international. Off the top of my head, I don't know the exact fee to ship international, but it's definitely an option. So I just wanted to cover that question real quick because I know Ryan's been super interactive and engaged all night, and I appreciate that.
And you can still sell in the U.S. and Canada too, even if you don't live here, so you can sell anywhere, regardless of where you live. It's a hands-off business. So it's easy to target any country in Facebook. So you don't have to live in the U.S. to sell in the U.S., just to FYI. Cool. Will you be able to find a shipper in Europe later? Well,
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, and then also, but you can find shippers yourself, so you can just go through Google and find sources that ship to Europe, and then do the same type of process. I mean, you could probably go on eBay, right? Sean, have you ever tried? I've never tried to find products outside of U.S. on eBay, but I'm sure eBay offers different countries,
Oh,
and
definitely.
regardless, you can find sources for any country. It's all the same stuff. So it just you just got to search for it. Search for wholesale products online.
And I mean,
And
just to, no, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just going to add to that perfectly on what you said, just to expand on what you just said, Jason. As an example, Ryan, one of the things I've done is I actually went over to a local guy, and it's a local T-shirt printer, and I said, can you do this, this, and this? And they actually gave me the ability to put together a spreadsheet, like a Google Doc, basically. And what they would do is they'd look at it daily. They'd basically go ahead and get all of the sales that we've made, and they were willing to go ahead and take the entire fulfillment process from me. I sold it, everything, and all they took over everything else, printing, shipping, you name it, and they even had my brand on the labeling. So I know obviously things are a little different when you compare like Canada and America to Europe and whatnot, but I can guarantee you that there's somebody where you're from that will be able to do something very similar for you, because everyone around the world needs a T-shirt. Everyone needs different products and whatnot that you can sell on the internet. It's just a matter of going, and if you want to go that route, finding somebody even locally that is willing to take care of that for you.
Yeah,
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 I mean,
for
great
sure.
point. Well, there's a lot of people doing that. See, that's the perfect question for the mastermind. There are people in the mastermind in different countries now selling.
Hmm.
So just because we're not doesn't mean you still can't get the answer. That's the cool thing about the mastermind is everybody's doing different things. But Will brings up a good point. There's always a local vendor. And if you just want to walk in with a local vendor, and they're probably even more open to work with you because they want the business too. And you can find a bunch of local vendors. And that also builds a good relationship with you and that business, because now you can walk in and sit down and talk face to face, grab lunch, and tell them what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I want to touch on that too because, it doesn't matter if you sell one T-shirt on Teespring or if you do 100 T-shirts locally with your local printer. I mean, that's what product pages can do. It's very, very flexible with your business. And we found that, we've learned a ton through people who are a part of the family already, and from talking with Don Wilson and people, like Will and other people who have used product pages, it's only expanded our horizons, and that's what's been so cool about using it. And to answer your question, when will you be accepted into the mastermind? It's just an email address. I don't know the name, but we don't have somebody just randomly add everyone. Jason and I go through manually, make sure that you are a part of the product pages family. We don't just accept anyone. This isn't an open group. This is a place where we do share some great ideas and learn a lot. So I just wanted to touch on that as well.
Yeah, but you'll be approved. I mean, as soon as we get
As soon
off
as
the
we get up,
webinar,
yeah.
maybe we stand up and stretch a little bit. Yeah, but I would say, within an hour or two, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. And Evelyn, yeah, that's great. Your mind is racing. Yeah, my mind is racing every day. I can't even sleep. My wife, it drives her crazy. I'm up at 5 in the morning doing work now, and I'm not a morning person at all. But yeah, we've gotten some crazy momentum, in the last 6 months being able to implement this, and it's been really, really exciting. So yeah, I'm not even sure if there are any spots left, but we'll definitely stay on the call and answer as many questions as you want. If there's any questions left, we can take those. If you do go to productpages.co/will and there's a buy button, then that does mean that there are a few spots left. If not, we're
I think
still
there's
here.
3 spots left. I just checked.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody still wants in, just say yes. I want in, and I can post that link here. I'm just kind of going through the last few questions to make sure there's nothing big that we missed. Nobody's still trying to get a link or anything like that before we shut down here in a few minutes.
Yeah, I like what Evelyn said. She said the post show was just as good as the pre-show. Thank you, Evelyn. But yeah, any other questions before we wrap it up? Now is the time. We're here to answer any questions or go over anything. We don't have to say your name. If you're afraid of being, announced on the air, we can just answer the question, whatever you need. Guaranteed for 30 days. That is a great question. Let me go back to one slide, and I'm not exactly sure where it is. Hold on. Let me jump to it because I did land on it, but I didn't get to talk about it. All right, so some of you may have seen this slide earlier. It says no risk, results guaranteed, yada, yada, yada. You see that all the time. So what we're doing with product pages is it's not one of those buy it and if you don't like it, no questions asked. It's not like that, no. What we're saying is if you get product pages and if you're a part of the Mastermind group and if you follow what we've been doing and the case studies that we've been doing and the mobile covers and the survival series, whatever it is, if you implement that, we guarantee you're going to get your ROI. It's $97 for a one-time fee. So, I don't even really need to talk about this too much because it really is, like Jason said, for lack of a better term, a no-brainer. Because $97, a lot of people will do, like I said earlier, in an hour, in a half a day, in a week. It's one of those things that will pay itself off and get you a lot of ROI. So that is the no risk, no, results guaranteed type of thing. If you are a part, if you're engaged, you will have ROI.
Hey guys,
And I honestly, I like that more than pretty much a 30-day no matter what guarantee because I put it this way, and I think this is kind of what you're also saying, Sean, is that if you're going to buy something with the intention of refunding it no matter what, honestly, we'd rather you just not buy it in the first place, plain and simple. Because when we've said this the entire call, we want people to get on. We want you to engage with the community. We want you to become not just a customer, but also a fan, also basically part of a family, basically. And I'm saying basically a lot. Sorry, guys. It's one of those kind of nights where you just catch yourself doing stuff. Anyways, we basically want you to become part of the family and join the product pages community so that way you're not only going to go ahead and start making money from product pages, but you're also going to be able to help everyone else while at the same time getting help yourself. And if you're just looking to go ahead and spend money to go ahead and then 2 weeks from now ask for a refund, do us all a favor and just, don't waste your $97 tonight because it's not going to help anyone and you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It also has a license, so it's not like you're going to be able to keep the product. If you ask for a refund, and whatever, the license goes inactive, so you're still not going to have access, and then you're just going to, not make friends, around here, which is not a good thing. So just don't even buy if that's what you want to do. But if you want to buy into something real, a real opportunity that we've already demonstrated works and that it works for other people, and you want a real opportunity with people that's going to help you grow your business, then you do want to buy it. Because a product like this, you can definitely make your $97 back. It's easy for us to guarantee our ROI. You're only spending $97, right? So if you just take action and you need a little help tweaking some things, you're going to make a lot more than $97. I see Karen has a good question. If you have an existing site, will this work, or do you need to create a standalone site? So this is a WordPress theme, so it just depends on your existing site. But basically, you could always create a subfolder, a subdomain, and you could upload this on there. So if you wanted to have your main website and then /store, you could upload product pages.
Yeah, that's a great insight, Jason, because I actually have somebody who's part of product pages. He contacted me about that, and he has a thriving sports-based niche. I don't want to give away the sport or the niche, but he has been doing really, really well with that. And he told me, he's like, listen, I already have my site. And, he's been paying crazy money on Shopify month after month. He's been making money, but he's still paying that monthly fee. He's like, how can I test out your product? I want your product. I want to use product pages. It's great. It's what I've been looking for, but how can I integrate that? And what he did was for a week, he added a subdomain, and it was for a very popular football team. And right on his main page, he would have the option to click to the flash sale. And he also had an email list, and he sent them right to that page that used this proven template where we're using what's worked for us and what's worked for, 6 million other purchases, and his profits have skyrocketed since then. So he's been using pretty much profit pages nonstop to offer one-time deals, to offer 72-hour promos for different shirts for his sports niche that he's in. So he's found a lot of success in using that. And let's see, we also had another really great question, and it said, I'm really new. Will the case study for the mobile covers help you set up what you really need to get started? Okay, that's a great question. So for the video, I'm really going to just go very, very slow from step one to finding the niche. And I do things a lot differently than other people. A lot of people will tell you to do it this way or that, but the way that I've been able to scale and the way that I've been able to really dominate in a lot of other different niches is kind of unique. I do it a different way than a lot of other people, and I'm going to go through that from step 1 through 30. It's going to be video based, so you can take it, download it, watch it as many times as you need, but it's going to give you some great insight on what I do that, like I said, is not a part of the Mastermind area or the members area or the upgrade. It's only a part of those first 30 people, and if that link is not working now, then I do apologize. But that's what we have set up right now.
Hey, Pamela, yes, if you buy now, you get the agency license for a lifetime. So, I hate to be the one to feel like I'm going to cut everything short, but I think we've been on the call for like over 2 hours, and I need to move my legs a little bit. I'm kind of cramped up here at this chair. So, if it's okay with Will and you, Sean, I would like to wrap this up and just give everybody an opportunity. I see some people saying, can I still get in? If you're on the call now, just get in, before we still have the link open. So if you're still on the call, obviously you're still interested and you see the opportunity. And I mean, we could sit here and talk all night about case studies and the results that we've got and results other people got, but we definitely got to end the call. And we do talk about this stuff in the mastermind. So if you want to continue these conversations like we have now, then that's what the type of stuff that we do in the mastermind. So I would just say, if you're still on the fence, hopefully we answered your question, and go ahead and get in now while you still can. If there's any last-minute urgent questions, we can try to answer them. But if everybody's cool with
yeah, if anything, what we can do, I'll just collect any questions, and I can always forward those over to you guys, and we can always take care of, because we've been on here for 2 hours, actually 2 hours and 2 minutes now, and I want to make sure everyone can go ahead and do something else with their, have a little bit of time before they all have to go to bed and on their Tuesday night.
For sure, yeah, and Lynn just put, I'm in for the upgrade, and I'm hoping to get Sean's bonus for the phone cases. Absolutely, I'm going to over-deliver on that. For better or worse, I'm gonna shoot everything that I'm doing with that, and like I said, it really hasn't been something that I've shared with anyone else, including Jason.
You're setting the bar high for me for this email thing, dude.
Well. I got to try to do something. I'm excited about your email, your Amazon SES. I need that.
And there's so many people on the call hoping that they got in on the 30. Honestly, I think we just passed the 30 mark. But I just want to say, if Sean and Will's okay with this, then I would say, if you purchase through the link tonight, right now while you have the opportunity, we'll make sure that any of the purchases that came through on, 11/4, today's date, that we'll make sure we'll go through the records here. We have all your emails, and we'll make sure that you all get the bonus. So if you're on the call right now and you purchase, you will get the bonus. You don't have to send in for it. We'll have a list here of all the emails, and I'll get with Will and Sean, and we'll make sure that anybody that purchases today will get that special bonus. So buy with confidence. You know, I do think that we're pretty much over that 30 limit now, but just go ahead and feel free to buy with confidence now. We'll go through that list and we'll make sure that you get that bonus because, hey, you hung on the call with us for 2 hours, and, you know, you're obviously interested in jumping on board and being a part of this, and, you know, so we can just go ahead. Are you cool with that, Sean? And we'll
Definitely.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people were asking about the replay. I will be sending out a replay. I'll put it this way: the people that are if somebody does go ahead and get purchases through the replay, they're not going to get everything they got tonight, guys. So just keep that in mind. If the people that purchase on this call tonight, you're getting all the goods, and it's also what you get for showing up. So keep that in mind. Other than that, though, I know we're all getting a little tired. It's 9 o'clock. Some later for other people. So I'll let. Do you guys have any other last things you want to say?
No, I just want to say thank you for everybody for tuning in. There's still a lot of people: Graham, Greg, Mel, Michael, Mick, Mike, Pamela. I mean, there's a lot of names on there. I'm so appreciative for everyone for tuning in and being so engaged, and it's been a fun night.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people got on late, and a lot of people saying, is there going to be a replay?
Your nice little Tuesday night with us. I know Sean and I are both missing out watching hockey right now. So,
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, I think that's it for tonight, guys. Everyone, thank you so much for going ahead and spending your Tuesday evening with us. If you have any questions, remember, all you got to do is go ahead and hit me up personally. You can go to my help desk at help.mooseweb.net, and I'll be more than happy to go ahead and forward any of those questions over and whatnot. And check your email tomorrow morning for the link to the replay. I should have that up and ready in a few hours, and I'll have it scheduled to go out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Should everything go well. So thank you again, guys, so much for going ahead and spending your night and giving us all this great content.
Thank you, Will. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
See you guys.
Have a good night. Take care.